Okay. Hi, you guys. How is everybody doing today? So it is another Monday, and we are live streaming pretty much every single Monday. And if you guys would, please let me know if you can hear me, because sometimes I don't know if it all works, and I want to make sure that it's working for everyone. So if you can hear me, please give this video a thumbs up. Oh my gosh, hi Anne. Oh my god, I can't believe you're here. I love you. Okay, awesome. So you guys can hear me. So today we are going to be talking about crystals and cleansing, because you guys have asked for this video like over and over, and I was really surprised because I didn't know that anyone was actually interested in this kind of stuff. I thought I was just like, you know, that one weird girl that's like, I'm into rocks. Yeah. So the three things that I'm going to be covering today is going to be basically these things. So smudging sticks is the first thing that I'm going to be talking about. And the second thing I'm going to be talking about is crystals. And the third thing I'm going to be talking about is my bracelets. So I'm going to keep it as consolidated as I can and go through as much of it as I can with you guys, because I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this video. So first thing is first, if you guys have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, because I'm doing these live streams every single Monday, and I'm going to be trying to do 2 videos a week, one live video and then one regular content video, if that makes sense. So that would be really exciting. So make sure you subscribe and hashtag, oh, what the heck? I don't know what happened. But anyways, that was really weird. Also, if you guys use the hashtag LiveAndLearnArmy, I'm going to be randomly just choosing you guys to give stuff away to. So make sure you guys use that. And, ooh, what would be really fun before we get started is if you guys commented your astrological sign. Leave a comment and let me know what sign you are. I'm a Virgo, which is very interesting, and I was I was born on the cusp, so it would just be interesting to know what your signs are. I'm not that into astrology, but it's something that I'm definitely like learning different things about, so it should be really interesting. Oh my gosh, Libra, Leo, Aries, how cool, guys. Okay, so let's start talking about smudging sticks. So basically what smudging sticks are is you use these to cleanse your place. And one of the things that you can do is whenever you move into a new home or a new place, or even if you're feeling like your place is just giving you some type of anxiety or stress and it's not as calming, you can use smudging sticks. So I happen to do this usually a few times a week. You can do it as many times a week as you want to, and you can also cleanse yourself. And if you guys are interested in me doing a whole video on how I cleanse myself and like my whole entire like cleansing / meditation process, let me know. Thumbs up this video, and if there's a lot of thumbs up, then I'll know that you guys definitely want to see that video, and I will create a full-on YouTube video where I show you guys how I do my whole entire like meditation, smudging stick, crystal kind of process. Okay, so first things first, I have here, this is sage, and sage is basically for cleansing negative energies, and it basically drives out any type of negativity. I can't seem to keep my sage burning. Is that normal? Super need all this stuff. Okay, so sage doesn't usually, if it's dried out, it doesn't usually stay lit for that long. I happen to just like burn the top of it and light it on fire for maybe about like 20 seconds. And then when it's like lit and there's a flame, I blow it out, and then the smoke, I smudge my place. But the thing is, I don't happen to love the scent of sage. So it's definitely not my favorite, but one of my absolute favorites that you guys see me use on Instagram story pretty much all the time and on Snapchat is Palo Santo. And this is my favorite. It smells like almost like a minty wood. It's actually a South American wood, and it's from a tree that they consider a mystical tree. And another word for what this is, like basically the direct translation for this is holy wood from Spanish. And it's supposed to help with stress, depression, anxiety. And what I like to do is light it, and then I'll blow out the flame because it has black smoke when there's flame. And make sure to leave all your windows open when you're doing this, because you definitely don't want to smoke up your entire place, and you don't want to inhale the crap out of that either. And I just kind of go to all the different corners of every single room and the middle of the room. And what I like to do is kind of send good energy into my space. Like I'll say, like, please fill my space with good positive energy. And then it kind of helps just get rid of any kind of negativity and that sort of thing. And for those of you who are like, okay, this sounds a little bit like hippie voodoo stuff. I mean, yeah, it definitely can be, but I feel like even if it is a placebo for people, it definitely still works, because, whatever you really believe in is going to help you. And I find that anything, even if it's placebo, is helpful. So anyways, one of the other things I want to talk about in terms of sage that I really was kind of like, I'm on, like, this is something, is when I first moved into my place, I was going through a lot of different things in my life at the time. It was a huge transition period, which was really, really scary for me. And I was dealing with so much anxiety. I experienced depression for the first time. And for whatever reason, even though I was here in my own space and all of this furniture and all of that, I furnished it so it should feel homey, it really didn't. And I found out actually that the people who used to live in my place was a couple, and they used to fight a lot, and they actually punched holes into the walls. And I mean, it's covered up now, so I never saw it, but I found out this from my neighbor. And before he even told me this, one of the workshops I did made these sage smudging sticks, and so I was like, okay, let me just try smudging this place and seeing what happens. And so I smudged my place, and pretty much the next day I felt a lot more calm in my space. So I don't know exactly what happened here, but I feel like anytime there's a lot of anger or any kind of just like bad energy from maybe something really traumatic happened or anything like that, there's definitely leftover negative energy. So yeah, so that kind of turned me on to that. And then Palo Santo, just because I love the scent of this. And it's also been said that in terms of sage puts positive energy, gets rid of negative energy, but doesn't necessarily put any positive energy back into your space, whereas Palo Santo does both. So I love it. I buy this like so often, and I love the smell of it. So if you guys want to try it, get some Palo Santo. Okay, and now the second thing I want to talk to you guys about is crystals. And I do have a good amount of crystals, so instead of like showing you guys my entire crystal collection, which if you guys are interested in that, leave a comment and let me know. Just leave a comment and say crystal collection, and I will make a full YouTube video on that, because I do have a good amount of crystals and we would be here till forever if it wasn't an edited video. So yeah, just leave a comment that says crystal collection and I'll know that you guys are into that. But the two crystals that I do really, really want to talk about are the first two that I ever was drawn to, and the first two that I ever got. And by the way, you guys, I'm very new to this, so if I'm like totally messing up stuff, I'm so sorry. This is just my knowledge of it. This one is rose quartz, and this one is howlite. And I do have a story about it. So in terms of rose quartz, which is this pink one, and it's like really pretty pink and calm and loving. It's actually used for love and harmony. And in terms of relationships, self-love, acceptance, stress relief, everything. So what I really like about this is that, I don't know, before I was ever really into crystals, or not into crystals, but before I ever knew about crystals, because I was always that weird girl who really liked rocks, I took a geology class, and like I did so well in that class, there was no curve because I don't know, I was really into rocks. So before I got really into crystals and more knowledge about crystals, which I'm still not an expert on, by the way, I went and picked out a couple bracelets, and I was always really drawn to rose quartz. And I didn't really know why. And if you guys have been following me and watching the live streams for a while, then you guys know that I've dealt, and this beeping, somebody's car. So I've dealt with a lot of issues in terms of self-acceptance and self-love. And I had a point in my life where I was like, oh my God, like I don't love myself. And so that kind of made sense as to why I would be so drawn to rose quartz, because it's a crystal for love. You know, love, harmony, your relationships, loving yourself, acceptance, all of that. So I wanted to share this crystal with you guys because I feel like a lot of you guys are going through similar things like this. And if it helps, you know. So one of the major other things that I was working on at the time was I did a lot of overthinking, and I needed to calm my mind a lot. And so howlite is good for that. It's basically good for calming an overactive mind. It's grounding, and that's what this thing is for. And this is one of the other crystals or rocks that I was really, really drawn to because I had, at the time I didn't know, but I had really bad anxiety, and I just knew that I needed to calm my mind. And another thing that I want to show you guys is these things. These are essential oils that I got, and this one is called Love Force, which has rose quartz in it. And it looks a little bit white because rose quartz, if you put it in the sun, if it becomes exposed to sunlight, it can turn more clear and more white. So I have this, and I love the smell of this. And this is just, I put it on whenever I'm feeling like, okay, I need to have one of those like self-acceptance love days. And then this one is called Enchanted Dreamer because howlite is also supposed to help with your dreams. So it's supposed to help like calm you down and like go to sleep and like relieve a lot of stress. And I really, really dig that. So that's what's in this one. So I have both of these. So those are a little bit about crystals. I find that these two have been the most helpful for me. And I'm also someone that believes in not like going crazy and like wearing a whole bunch of crystals at once or like using a whole bunch of crystals at once. And also it's been scientifically proven that crystals and rocks have different types of energies and vibrations. They've done lots of tests with water where they put the rocks in the water and they vibrate it, and they vibrate at different frequencies. And so that's what a lot of people are talking about in terms of crystals having energy. So aside from that, I really recommend that if you're just starting to learn more about crystals and how to use them, to only focus on one or two things at once. So if you're somebody who's like dealing with self-love and like self-acceptance, definitely rose quartz. This helped me a lot in terms of just having something there to remind me of what I'm working on. And this one, which is the howlite, which is for, you know, overthinking and just too much going on, you have an overactive mind, that was really good for that. So those two were the first crystals that I ever got, and I find that those have been the most helpful personally for me. So yeah, don't go crazy and buy like 20 billion crystals at once. I find that they will naturally just call out to you when you're working through something new. So for me, one of the new crystals that I am currently like, you know, getting more of is definitely ones that help in terms of work. And so, you know, it's like whatever you're kind of going through and what process you are in life, get crystals for that instead of having just like a lot of it. So that's kind of my philosophy on that. Okay, so and then the third thing that I want to talk about is my bracelets. And then after that, I'm going to, of course, give you guys the Live and Learn Army goal of the week, which is I think really, really good this week. I'm really excited to give you guys this one. But let's talk about these bracelets. I'm going to go ahead and take them off so I can show you guys what they are. So the first crystal bracelet that I've ever really got was this one. And this is howlite and rose quartz, the two crystals that I talked about earlier. And as you can see, the rose quartz is kind of, you know, getting a little bit more clear because this used to be super duper pink. I'll show you guys a comparison. So it's like, yeah. And this crystal bracelet, I actually picked up before I even knew of any of the stuff that I was really going through, but it just was something that I was really drawn to. And I wear it a lot. I think this is one of the most often worn bracelets that I've worn, and that's probably why the rose quartz is no longer pink. But this one, which was really cool, this is all rose quartz, and there's these giant hearts. I got this in Hong Kong at the, I think it's called Po Lin Monastery, and this is actually blessed by Buddhist monks. And when I saw this, I was immediately drawn to it, and I bought it, and this is one of my favorites. It's just, I don't know, it feels really good, has really good energy, so I wear this one a lot. And then here, this one is also rose quartz. This is going to be like a theme. I'm like the rose quartz queen, I think. This is rose quartz and obsidian. And what obsidian is good for is for getting rid of negativity as well as cleansing, grounding. It's good for protection. So let's say that you are, for instance, for me, I was at the Natural Products Expo last weekend, and there was just so much energy because there's so many people there. And whenever you're around a lot of people, at least for me, I tend to take on a lot of their emotions and what they're going through. I can kind of feel the energy of people, if they have anxiety, if they're going through something, if they're angry. And this is very new for me too. I didn't used to be like this, but I think after I went through depression and after I experienced anxiety, which I'm still like working through anxiety, I became really in tune with the way that other people were feeling. And so I didn't wear this bracelet that day, and oh man, I was just absorbing everyone's energy, and that was a lot. So this is what is good for those types of situations. If you're going into any type of new situation or just something with a lot of people and you kind of want to be protected from taking on a lot of energy from other people, and you kind of just want to create that safe space for yourself, I find that this really helps. Okay, and then the next bracelet I have here is rhodochrosite, and this one is actually from one of my friends, and it's very calming for me. This is also more about self-love and acceptance and all of that, and it's something that is really meaningful to me because I was going through a really tough time, and so I do want to give you guys a little bit of backstory. So for me, when I ended my long-term relationship, I was in a relationship for 7.5 years. I experienced depression, went through depression for over a year, and then I didn't really have any friends at the time because I invested so much into that relationship, and my friends at the time were not super supportive of all of my career choices and the things I wanted to do in life. And that was really difficult, so I kind of separated from that group of friends and didn't really take the time to make new friends. And this is really important for me to share, I think, because, you know, it's never too late to really find your people is one of the things that I do want to say. And then so within the last year, I had made this amazing new group of friends, and one of the girls, her name is Dawn, she kind of got me into crystals and stuff. She gave me this bracelet when I was going through a really tough time back in January, and I don't know, it really calms me, and it's, like I said, also about self-acceptance, self-love, and like just loving the people in your life and the people that come to you, and always just coming from a place of love. And it's been very helpful. A lot of times I sleep with it on. So yeah, it's a very meaningful bracelet to me. When she gave it to me, I was sitting in the car with her after one of our friends' birthday dinners, and I just cried, because it's kind of amazing when someone else wants to just lift you up and make your day. And I really love that about people. And that's one thing that I try to give back to you guys, is if I can add value to your life and help you out, that's what I want to do. And I authentically want to do that. And I hope that you guys know that too. I really hope that you guys know that. It's never just a one-way conversation. And I do have to say, sometimes it gets difficult because there's so many comments and so many different people asking me for help, but I try my best. I mean, I don't think I've not answered anybody. I answer everyone as much as I can, but please, like, if I miss something or I can't answer as quickly, just know that it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just either I missed it or like I will get to it later whenever I can. So it's just one of those things that it takes a lot of time, but I want to help you guys as much as I can. And maybe do a meetup. Are any of you guys like near the Los Angeles area or Southern California and would be interested in a meetup? Let me know. Leave a comment and just say meetup in LA. Or maybe at some point this year, I'll travel somewhere else and try to do a meetup too. But okay, so back to the bracelets. This one I got recently, and this is also howlet right here, the white one. This blue one is angelite, and then this purple one is lepidolite. And I love this bracelet. It's a Trinity bracelet that I got really, really recently, maybe about a week ago. And this one is for calming. It's basically a lot for anxiety and stress and just calming you down. So angelite, which is the blue one, it is to help in terms of like serenity and your intuition. It releases anger, releases stress. It makes you more consciously aware, and allows you to speak your truth, which I think is really important because I mean, if you're coming from a very authentic place and you're speaking your truth, I think it's a great thing. Not everyone is going to like you, but that's okay. That's definitely something that I've learned because I'm going through life now where I come from a loving place and I'm open and very truthful and always from a very loving place to everyone that I meet. And some people get turned off by that, but you know, oh well, what am I going to do about that? I'm not going to change myself. And some people, you know, are just not going to like you. And I guess that's okay too, is what I've learned. So that's what the angelite is for. The lepidolite is for trust, acceptance, and kind of like things will turn out for the best. And it's good for patience and optimism. And then the howlite, which I talked about earlier, is of course like for overthinking, calming an overactive mind, and it really helps in terms of just like stress, anxiety, and all of that. So it's kind of an amazing 3 Trinity combo that I like to wear. And I wear it because, you know, sometimes when you go through life, there are a lot of situations that can cause anxiety, and you never know when that's really going to happen. And I didn't even know I had anxiety until January when I realized, oh man, all my overthinking is actually anxiety. So I'm doing as much as I can to work through that. And these things help me, especially with, you know, self-love, self-acceptance, anxiety, and that sort of thing. So another thing that I want to address is, of course, the hashtag Live and Learn Army goal of the week. And I will also answer a couple of questions in the live chat after the live stream. So just hang tight, guys. So the goal of the week for you guys is to slow down and take care of yourself. And this is something that I am definitely doing because I find that I can get really consumed with work and kind of just go like 5,000% into work. And then I find myself extremely tired. So it's been difficult for me the last few days, especially because I just had the Natural Products Expo where I was like meeting with people and, you know, going like on my feet all day and just so much interaction with other people that it became really, really exhausting. I mean, it was amazing, of course. I don't want to take away from that, but it can drain your energy a lot, especially when you're doing it 3 days back to back, where literally you get up, you go to the expo, and then by the time you leave, it's already like 10, 12 in the morning, or 10 p.m. or 12 in the morning. And then you get home and then you have to shower and all of that and like go to bed. And then when you get up the next morning, you're doing the same thing. And from that, I really didn't get a chance to just like breathe, I feel like. So what I want you guys to do, which is what I'm doing too, is slow down and really take care of yourself this week. In terms of, you know, if you're being overworked, you're overworking yourself, or you're realizing that you're getting really tired. I know what happens to me is immediately when this starts happening, my body gets all like wonky, my hormones get all confused, and then I just want to eat like the entire kitchen. And I'm like, okay, we need to get this together, because it means that I'm feeling anxious, and it means that I have stress, and that there's a lot going on that I'm not listening to. So this week I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to try to get like 12 hours of sleep if I can. That would be amazing. I don't know if that's going to be possible though, because there's a lot of work happening this week. But some of the things that I do is I journal and I meditate. And again, if you guys want to see me do a whole entire meditation video, thumbs up this video, and I will show you guys how I cleanse everything and go through the meditation and what I do and all of that. So if you are interested, thumbs it up. And anytime that you guys are doing anything related to the goal of the week that I give you guys, use the hashtag #LiveAndLearnArmy, whether it's on Instagram and you take a photo of yourself journaling, or you're giving yourself a bath, or anything like that, anything to do with self-love and taking care of yourself this week. You can tweet me, you can send it to me on Snapchat, anything that you guys are doing, because I would love to see it and I would love to share it. I'll share it on my Snap stories, on my Insta stories, so whatever you guys are going to send me. And I do want to give a shout out to Jennifer and Mark, because you guys are awesome. I don't know if the rest of you guys know, but they've been going around in that hashtag Live and Learn Army on Instagram and commenting on everybody else's posts and really just engaging in the community that we're all trying to create together. And it's amazing. It makes me so happy. And I hope that, you know, you guys can all start just kind of collaborating and doing stuff like this and bringing each other up, because that's what I feel that life is about and what this community is about. So with that said, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe, and, you know, thumbs up the video. I love all the hashtags happening. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. And add me on Instagram and Snapchat today. Do it right now at LoveHealthOK. Well, don't do it right now because you might have to click out of your phone. But do it, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway this week, and it's going to be a lot of really, really cool stuff. So hope you guys are excited for that. And I'm going to answer a couple of questions in the live chat before I head out. Oh my gosh, you're welcome, Destiny. I know you guys have been like wanting this video forever. Hi, Jack. It's good to see you. Do you have crystals for certain chakras? So I have not gotten super into chakras yet. I do know for me, I work on my heart chakra a lot. And I don't want to say anything really more than that, because I don't want to completely mess it up and give you guys the wrong information. But I'm definitely doing more yoga, and I can finally do a headstand. Mind you, I can only get off of the wall for like 5 seconds max, but I can finally do it, which is really exciting. And I'm definitely going to be sharing more of that kind of stuff too. All the things that I'm learning, living and learning. Dorky, I know, but you know, that's what this is. So if I do learn more, I'll definitely share with you guys. How do I spell the second crystal? Okay, the second one, it's Howlite, Howlite. And that's the crystal for anxiety, for those of you who are asking. Do you know where I could purchase some of these crystals? I ask because I'm allergic to fake jewelry. Okay, and you're in Washington. Oh my gosh, hi Jenny. I'm gonna try to go to Portland and Seattle at some time, so hopefully I'll make it there at some point. Where you can buy these crystals. Okay, so any of this stuff, I get it in LA, in Silver Lake, at a store called Spellbound Sky. I freaking love that place. And if there is not a place around you, you can order it online, but I really recommend that you just Google or go on Yelp or wherever the heck those, Google, and look for a crystal shop. I think you can type in metaphysics shop, I think that is, or metaphysical shop, and go in there and check it out and just see how you feel about the energy in the place. There are some places where it just kind of feels like, you know, they don't really care and they kind of are just like trying to sell stuff to people. And then there are other places where they really are committed to finding good crystals and good energy and all of that stuff. So if that is something that you're interested in, I really recommend going to a store to find all of that. And yeah, so those are the questions for today. If you guys have any more questions, I'm going to stick around in the live chat for a little bit longer. But aside from that, you know, make sure to, I don't know, come back next week on Monday at 5. And I'll let you guys know what I'm going to be talking about next week. I have a couple of really great ideas, so make sure you guys come back. But I'm always open to suggestions, so any suggestions that you guys may have would be awesome as well. But I will definitely be announcing it on both Snapchat and Instagram, so you guys just follow along like you have been. And I love you guys, and I will see you guys next week. All right, mwah, bye!